Okay, in this video, we're going to be talking about the imperialist, businessman, and politician who ruled Cape Colony before it even turned into South Africa. His name is John Cecil Rhodes. Okay, so this John Cecil Rhodes, he was born in the countryside of Britain. Yeah, there he grew up with 12 siblings. Uh, when he turned 17, he by the way, he was a sickly boy. By the time he was 17, even though he was old enough to do everything, he was still suffering from a sickness. Then when he was 17, he went to Cape Colony, which is now known as South Africa, with Herbert, who was his older brother, who was 26 years old. They both went to South Africa. There is where John Cecil Rhodes began his journey and got interested in the mining industry.
Yes, so John Cecil Rhodes, after his travel to South Africa to assist his brother, he and his brother founded the Beers Consolidated Mines Company, which was in charge of mining certain minerals, especially diamond, because as John Cecil Rhodes was in South Africa, he became interested in diamonds and later decided he wanted to own diamond companies. And after he started owning diamond companies, he began monopolizing the diamond marketplace, monopolizing different companies that were doing the same business as he was to expand his mine. So after 17 years, he finally monopolized all the mining industries and began railway lines. And after he monopolized all the mining industries, he began a new company called the South African Mining Company. And this was in 1880. This was in 1886. Now, taking us back, he also began a bit of some politics. Somewhere in 1881, John Cecil Rhodes entered politics, and finally in 1890, he became Prime Minister of the northern part of Cape Town. And so, in the last 12 years of his life, he worked hard for a dream he initially had the moment he went into Africa, which was to build a railway line that connects from Cape Town to Cairo. That was the biggest dream he ever had and wanted to fulfill. So he first, in the last 12 years of his life, he worked hard and colonized a part of Africa called and named it Rhodesia, which is now known as Zambia and Zimbabwe, and also colonized Malawi for the British Empire, and also worked hard to create the John Cecil Rhodes later in his years of his life was now known as the British version of heavy hitters, just like Morgan, Carnegie, Rockefeller. And later in his life, in 1902, he also began a charity fund and sponsorship fund that sponsored all those who wanted to study in Britain. Yeah, and okay, so John Cecil Rhodes' main vision was him seeing many British people living in South Africa freely as as paradise of the British. And that was his last wish before he died in 1902 in August. Okay, thank you for watching.
Yeah,
Like and subscribe. for
and
more
comment if you want more
on the next topic.